Dating is one struggle that everyone has to go through in order to find their significant other. So, what is common dating advice that either doesn't work or has a low chance of succeeding?
Cousin 2.
You're so good looking. What do you mean you don't have a girlfriend?
I hear it occasionally from middle-aged people in successful marriages trying to give me life advice. The first part is a great compliment. The second part is detached from reality. There are so many reasons why people remain single. Good looks aren't enough to maintain a relationship or keep someone interested. Being conventionally attractive has advantages, but it's not everything. For me, it's because I'm focused on my career. I'm about to move in 2 months, and I'm a chronic introvert.
Persistence. When I was a kid, it was pushed to just keep trying, and that's sort of stupid-ish. Just know. If someone isn't into you, then they're just not into you. If for any reason that suddenly changes, you're probably not going to have a great time if they say yes.
I would say the classic play hard to get. Most self-respecting men, or even women, aren't going to chase or keep trying the same person after a rejection. You're simply going to lose them. If someone asks you out, and you like them back, for goodness sake just say yes. Playing mind games does far more harm than whatever little good it might do, if it does any good at all.
My husband was the first who didn't indulge in mind games out of all my adult relationships. I didn't have to guess his feelings, and the relief and revelation of that was borderline euphoric. I had my finally moment, as before him I had dealt with a lot of people who'd take literally days to reply to a simple message, or just keeping me guessing in general.
If it's meant to be, it will happen.
I have a female friend who says she wants kids but puts zero effort into dates. She will turn up 40 minutes late, not dress up, and expects the guy to do all the planning. She says if the guy and her are meant to be, then it'll work. No chance. I love my girlfriend, but it takes work. Before our first date years ago, I made sure to look my best. We still go on date nights. We still treat each other. We plan romantic trips away. Before a date, make sure you look your best, show up on time, and show an interest in the person. Sure, it doesn't guarantee anything, but you increase your chances of a relationship massively by making an effort.
My favorite.
Put yourself out there.
Where is there? All my friends are male, not deliberate, just how it came out. Workplace and hobbies are 90% male, and I don't want to be one of the many creeps that pursue the 10% since they're there to work and have fun. Dating apps never worked out for me, even after getting both male and female feedback on my profiles. The advice given assumes that everyone regularly meets single people of the opposite sex and have numerous dating opportunities. Then there's me, who would have been better off being gay given the fact that my whole life is and has been a sausage fest.
Most common dating advice isn't very good. Anything that implies playing games or acting in a way contrary to who you are or who you want to be is generally going to be toxic advice that at best works temporarily, but more often results in a failed relationship.
I always cringe whenever I hear,
I'll change him.
or,
He'll change for me.
good luck with that plan.
When people say,
There's someone for everyone.
or,
Just stop looking for love, that it'll come to you.
useless advice coming from people in a privileged position in this game, may be too privileged to understand that.
When women say,
If he wanted to, he would.
why any woman would believe and fully subscribe to this saying absolutely baffles me. Like, there could be numerous reasons why a man didn't make a particular move, etc. To me, that saying sounds like a cop-out and counterproductive due to essentially viewing things through a black and white lens, or simple yes or no. It doesn't even appear to entertain the possibility of nuance.
If you're enjoying today's video about stories of our lives, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this and more. Now, let's get back to the video.
I've heard some women rephrase it as,
If he knows, he should want to.
which I think is 10 times better.
If he wanted to give me a back rub, he would. Me having to ask means he doesn't want me, so he's a bad boyfriend.
Is obviously dumb.
If he knew I wanted a shoulder rub, I want my boyfriend to want to do that.
Is a reasonable assumption. In general, both partners should want to do little things to help their partner, but communication is key.
Why won't he ask me out?
What exactly prevents you from asking him out? Some girls expect the guys to do all the work. The same girl loves romance but has never done anything for their guy. Probably the same girl who loves sex but is just a starfish. Boring.
Negging. Saying something critical about a woman to her face the first time you meet doesn't work as a strategy. It is a flushed-up imitation of being confident in my own opinions and not giving up too much ground just because you're chatting to a woman, which actually is important.
My two are: opposites attract. And if it's meant to be, it will be. Opposites are fun, but how can you connect with someone who believes and likes things opposite to your own? Hobbies are one thing, but beliefs? And then the other. There needs to be an active effort by both parties, and mutual attraction plays an important part.
Just be yourself.
If that was ever going to work, you wouldn't be looking for advice. I see this as the advice from 2010 until 2019. After that, I started to see that being yourself sometimes isn't enough. Yourself could be a comfortable person who lives in comfort zones, unhealthy, drowning in mental issues, and yet remaining in comfort. I think small changes could pave way for discipline, and over time, you will notice changes that can manifest themselves into making you feel motivated, which is just a small temporary part but contributing nonetheless. You were yourself all this while. Didn't change anything. You never got dates. Maybe something isn't wrong with you. You just have to go Super Saiyan. You just have to work on your body, mental health, and your life in general. You can always be better, but also have your own standards. Don't settle for literally something. Think of compatibility.
Most of the dating platitudes that are conflicting. Pick up new hobbies. Go where the single women go, except don't go with the intention of meeting women, go because you're interested. Except I'm not interested in many hobbies where there would be single women. I'm a sports guy. Yes, I know there are women who like sports too, but there are far fewer women at those venues than men, and the ones that are there are usually with their boyfriends. If I pick the hobbies I'm interested in, I would more than likely end up still in male-dominated social circles and be no closer to finding someone than I am currently. The only reason I would ever be at something like a painting or yoga class is to try and meet people because I don't have any actual interest in those things. Yes, I know those are not the only hobbies where women are, I'm just using them as examples. Even if I try them and like them, I still started going there with the intention of finding a girlfriend. Then when you tell people the hobbies you have, they're like, well, yeah, you have to go where the women are going to be. But I thought I wasn't supposed to pick up hobbies with the intention of meeting women. It's like people are saying, try but at the same time don't. I think that's where my issue with a lot of this advice comes from. People say to broaden your spectrum of hobbies and whatnot, but don't do it for the purpose of a relationship. But if I do listen to that advice and pick up new hobbies, I'm not doing it because I want to, I'm doing it in hopes of eventually being in a relationship because I'm content with the hobbies I have now. It's contradictory.
Just work on yourself and the right person will come along.
I feel like this advice is mostly given by women, who don't realize just how little attention an average guy gets from the opposite gender. If you're not a girl or a very attractive guy, no one will care about you. Dating requires a whole ton of effort on the guy's side.
Stop looking, focus on your own life, and things will eventually happen.
If I did that, I'd do nothing but stay indoors all day. Is a lady going to magically appear in my bedroom?
A relationship without fights is doomed to fail.
My mom always says this, and I've heard quite a few other people say it as well. Believed it as a teen, but now I think this couldn't be worse advice. Fights shouldn't be a regular occurrence in a relationship. Disagreements and discussions are normal to an extent, but actual fights? Maybe even screaming and name-calling? Or the silent treatment? Hell no.
Be friends with her first.
I know this will come across as a humble brag, but I almost feel bad how many guys I know have a crush on a woman, and they will spend months or even years getting close to her claiming to be preparing to make a move with nothing. Then I'll meet that woman at a party or something and ask her out that night, be on a date by Friday. Kills these dudes inside, I can tell. Why the freak are you wasting everyone's time though? If you didn't realize until years and you were into her, okay fine, but most of you know basically right from the start. If you're sexually interested in her, ask her out, immediately. Don't listen to the men or women who pretend like most couples were friends for years before. They weren't. And funny enough, the women were all appreciative as well. Instead of a socially awkward dude with murky intentions and poor communication who pretends to be a friend while fantasizing about them, I was just a polite, friendly, but incredibly straightforward dude that made my intentions clear immediately. Women appreciated that.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more videos about stories of our lives. Click on one of these videos to watch more and see you soon.